and there's kind of a ledge on the driver's side.
Okay.
It's a bitch.
Okay.
Everybody gets freaking hung up there. And there's a big race line that goes way off to the left, up and over the hill. So I wanted to try that notch, and I couldn't freaking get it. I got up in there, couldn't even get to the rocks. You know, I got turtled up before I got up there. Yeah, so they had to pull me back and pull me forward, and finally got winched myself through using a rock strap. Finally got through that, dude, but it was super frustrating. Well, we finally got the car built, and it was time to take it out and do a shakedown run and go through a testing phase and stuff. And I think we got maybe 200 yards, and we realized the springs we had were extremely stiff. A friend of ours just stood in amazement and just shook his head and couldn't believe what he just saw go down the dirt road.
So then it's more active in the whoops. It's using the heavier spring.
And I'm one of those who loves to go fast across the desert floor.
When it comes to shock tuning, you know, like spring rates, we're a couple of rookies. We don't know a whole lot about it, but we were anxious to learn, and we were able to reach out to several friends in the industry and get their opinions from them. Oren, which works with Casey Curry, and Casey Curry gave us some very valuable input on tuning the shocks. Oren actually came out for a day to kind of help us out and point us in the right direction. John Rocha gave us some input on shocks, and Jeremy Purick was tremendously helpful on the shocks because we were running the Rock Crawler shocks. And we were just taking all the input that we got from everybody and listening to what they were saying, because they had a whole lot more experience when it came to shock tuning, but we wanted to be able to learn what the vehicle was doing and be able to make the adjustments on our own. When we were able to take the car out to the rocks and do a little bit of rock crawling with it, it was impressive to watch it run through the rocks the way that it did, and to watch it flex through the rocks the way that it did, and feel that the vehicle wasn't unstable at any point.
My name is Rob Bukacek. I am crew chief for Desert Trail Racing. I've known Randall for a pretty long time and met Darren a couple years ago through Randall, and I thought they had a great car, great build, everything was looking good, and I just started asking questions like, you guys have a crew chief? You guys got a pit crew? What are you guys doing for spare parts, tools, things like that? And Randall, I think pretty jokingly, said, well, what are you doing? I've never crew chief before. I've never been in the pits before. I have experience wrenching on Jeeps. I do all my own wrenching. I've been wheeling for, I think, close to 7 or 8 years now, but had never done a crew chief. I've managed people, but that was about the extent of my knowledge. And so I called him up and I said, look, I know you were probably joking, but if you need somebody, I'm here to help you, and I'll do whatever you guys need. So that's how it started.
The expectation from one pre-run session to the next was always improve, and we kept doing that every time we went out. We kept improving. We weren't ever really taking steps backwards, so to speak. We knew that we needed to go back to the shop and make some pretty big changes on the shocks to get the car to perform better. and increase the speeds. And we knew we were on limited time to be able to get that stuff done before we went out for our next testing session, which was New Year's.
For me, there was a lot of panic. You know, I really wanted to get that vehicle ready for the next shock testing session, but at the same time I knew that there was so much to be done in other places on the vehicle. Just to get the vehicle ready for the race, it just seemed like there wouldn't be enough time in shock testing to get the vehicle where we needed to have it for the race. So I think after the first session, my concerns were elevated in, are we going to be able to have a vehicle that's going to be able to get through the hammers? I mean, for a rookie, you know, the both of us, it was definitely a trying experience, but rewarding, because every single change that we made, you know, kind of put that little 5 more miles an hour into the whoops, or made it feel that much better in the rocks.
Get back on that line. There you go. Right there. Don't float. Take it back up. Take it back up. So passengers.
Need a moment of silence?
I'm just pissed.
I feel you. I still think your crawl's good. I think we got way offline on that, you know? That's one of those things, if you don't get it in the first try, winch it, yeah. On race day anyways, you know, it's good to practice.
I don't think I've ever been that stuck. I think it used to crawl a lot better too.
I think our optimism on finishing the race, or the car being ready, kept increasing for the better every time we met a goal, every time we went out and we had things that we wanted to change after a pre-run session, or after any time that we went out, we would always come back with, okay, now we need to do this, and we need to do that, and we need to do this. And we always had a game plan and a to-do list that we stuck to throughout the build that kept increasing the optimism of, yes, we're going to be able to make this, we're going to be able to finish this. Though the order was tall, but we kept picking away at it. Every time we would go out, we would come back and we would just knock out the tasks and the to-dos, regardless of what it took at that point. We just kept working hard at it.
a flag look to it, coming through the DTR. And then up in the panels on the side, we're going to have a sponsor, all the sponsor logos up there. And then I think broke off we got to keep out here. We got to put them up here. Right. And then Axial's going to go right at the base of the door.